Hey, it's Jake.
I'm Samantha. We're gonna do the boyfriend girlfriend time. It's more of like a our first type thing. When and where did you first meet?
Meet in person or like encounter each other?
I guess we can do both.
I don't even remember the first time I talked to you.
I very distinctly remember the second time we talked.
Yeah, I don't remember what the first time was. Because I knew of you at that point because you had talked to the others. She found us, the system, through our YouTube channel. Oh yeah, I literally forgot the first conversation because then the second
conversation he didn't know who I was.
Yeah. Then the third
obviously I made a super important impression.
The third time was when you I got on the phone with her and she was immediately like, "Sorry, I'm so aggressive!"
That was the first time we ever FaceTimed, and I didn't even know it was you. The first time we met in person, and I got there on a Thursday, and he didn't come out until Friday night. Because he was so nervous.
I was nervous. We both liked each other before we met in person. So I was really worried because I get really dysphoric in the body. I was like, she's not going to be attracted to me because I'm so small and like, you know...
Which obviously isn't true. Like,
Well, yeah, but it was like a
fear.
Legitimate fear that I had.
I'm like waiting in the room while he like puts his binder on and stuff. And then he comes in and gives me this hug. And then like 2 seconds later, Kira and Elena come in.
Kira and Elena, Katie's
and they wouldn't leave. And like we didn't even have a chance really to like get our bearings with each other yet.
Nothing.
Who liked who first? I definitely liked him first. He was confused for a really long time. I told you that I liked you.
Yeah.
In the beginning of April.
She didn't even tell me. She sent me a video.
Stop! It was so, okay, yeah. Because I don't like confrontation.
She sent me it wasn't gonna be, it's not a confrontation.
It is a confrontation!
Well, she sent me a video. That was like...
I think I like you more than a friend.
Yeah! That's what it was. She started crying and then she was like,
if this ruins our friendship, I'll be devastated.
Yeah, but then before I even had a chance to respond, she was like, tell Jake I'm never talking to him. I was like, the fuck? She didn't even give me a chance to respond.
No,
or
you
like,
don't, no.
Take it
he
in
totally
or...
did respond. See, and this was his response. He watched the video, went inside, hugged Danny, crying, saying, why does this always happen to me?
But I didn't know that anybody had told you that, first of all.
So he did respond. And that's what I heard, which is why I knew we couldn't be friends anymore.
Well, this was right after the whole thing with Fabian liking me.
Are we putting that in the video?
I don't know. Ask Fabian. But this was right after somebody else had also liked me. I just felt really bad because I was like, do I just lead people on? Like, what is wrong with me? Like, why do I?
The question isn't what is wrong with you. The question is, how are you so perfect that everyone likes you?
Good question.
He didn't realize he liked me until...
Well, I think I knew, but I didn't... I felt like I wasn't in, like, a place in my life where I could be with anyone.
There was a lot of flirting pretty much throughout the whole thing.
And the way that she found out that I liked her was I was talking in my sleep.
We call it Sleepy Jake.
I talk in my sleep bad. Like... And
he's literally
when I'm sleep talking,
like on truth serum, like he's like
it's
you can ask him anything. Oh, it's kind of the best. And he answers completely honestly. And so I asked him straight up, I said, I need to know how you feel about me. And he goes, I know exactly what you said. You said, it's weird. And I said, what's weird? It's weird because if I tell you, then we're just two friends in love with each other. That's what you said. So I was like, what? Where was your first date?
We went to the movies. Why are you laughing at me?
And this Joker, I had my arm strategically out on the little armrest so that if he wanted to, he could hold my hand. It took him half the movie to hold my hand. And that's like not a comfortable position to have your arm in.
Here's the thing, like, it's not that I was unaware that you had your hand out.
Open.
I think, and I'm not like usually nervous like this with people, like in any other relationship I've been in. I think it was because there was so much buildup, like, before I ever met you, so I was like, I don't want to fuck this up.
Apparently, also, you could have kissed me 8 times and you didn't at all until we got
Oh yeah, there were
to
8
the house.
separate opportunities that I thought about it.
When and where was your first kiss? That's the next question. It was after the movie. We came back to the house, and we were gonna go to bed. Jake was gonna go inside so that someone else could sleep in the body. And, oh god, we do this super cringy thing whenever. Everyone's always like, it's not cringy to me. I like it, obviously. I ask him to do it all the time. But everyone.
Well, okay.
Stop.
Now I know how you really feel about
I
it.
literally just said I ask you to do it all the time.
Super cringy. I mean,
every time we say goodbye, he says, I love you, I'm in love with you, I'm locked onto you, you're beautiful, you're amazing, like this laundry list of things. He said our thing, and then kissed me. And then Danny came out right after and he was like, girl! Who said I love you first? Oh god, this is a cringy story.
I did, well, kind of. I was explaining to her that I was locked onto her, which is, in our system, it's hard to explain. It's kind of a term that we use for protectors in our system who get very, basically, protective of a person outside the system and protect them and care for them like they're as much as they do for someone in the system. So I was explaining that to her. She didn't really know what it meant. I said,
you said it's a step above love,
but it's like more intense than that. And she was like, wait, you love me? And this was before
either of us liked each other.
Yeah,
I didn't even, like, it wasn't a love, like, I'm in love with you.
Yeah, it was
like,
just
it was
like
a platonic friend love.
And so she was like, you love me? I was like, yeah, like, duh.
Well, okay, and let me preface this with, literally that same day, like, earlier before I was talking to Jake, I was talking to Fabian about how I didn't even know if Jake and I were friends. But this is, like, my own insecurities.
Yeah, your
like,
perception is so skewed.
I've literally been thinking about telling him that I loved him for, like, the past couple days. And for me personally, like, saying I love you is, like, kind of a big deal. I'm, like, really awkward when I first say it. It's, like, a really horribly awkward experience.
Can confirm.
I couldn't say it back, even though I wanted to. And I, like, tried to for, like, hours that night. At one point, he was like, do you just want me to say it? I was like, no, I'm gonna say it. Like,
I was like, do you want me to say it first? Because I knew she was trying to, because she was like, I'm gonna say it. I was like, you don't have to. She's like, no, but I want to. Like, I was going to, but I can't.
Yeah. I think I said it that night.
Yeah, you did.
First time seeing each other's photos. I mean, my first time seeing you was on video.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah, I guess,
like,
although the first time seeing your, like,
reference photos or
would have been also on the video.
Yeah. The first time I actually saw you was when we FaceTimed.
That first time when I said aggressive?
Yeah.
Oh god. First phone call.
Because you never called
The
me.
first time we talked, like, the first time I heard your voice was through Snapchat video. I don't know if you remember so I had told my best friend at the time about Fabian in the system, and she kind of freaked out, and I was really upset about it, and I was sending Fabian videos about it on Snapchat, and then Fabian went in really quickly.
That was probably the first time I saw you then.
Like, all of a sudden I got a video from Jake. I guess that was the first
Was that
time we
pissed?
talked. I mean, you weren't happy. Because, like,
I
the things that
I think I was...
my friend had said were not nice things.
Yeah, I remember that, kind of.
You were being so, like, sassy about it, too. Yeah, you're like, if she can talk to me, she wants to talk to the devil incarnate. First time we said goodbye. He, like, slept in the body, woke up in the body, which isn't something he, like, typically does. And, like, had to pull me out of bed because I was like so upset about leaving. And he like helped me put all my stuff in the car. I had to leave early because it's like a 14-hour drive home. And he like stood in the garage and watched me leave. And then I cried. I'm like getting upset about it now. I'm also just an emotional person. I cry over everything, so it wouldn't be a proper video if I wasn't crying. First selfie.
Oh God.
Was it the one that I have as my background on my phone?
We both look
high as fuck.
Yes, we had not slept.
No, we hadn't.
And the sun was coming up. We were both like...
Picture. First time we cried in front of each other. I literally cry almost every time we talk. Not because that makes it sound like...
That makes it sound like I'm mean to you.
I cry over everything. Was the first time you cried when I said we couldn't be friends?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it. I think I talked to you and I was like, because I was fucked up about that. I was like, you know, if you think that being friends with me is bad for you or is causing more harm than good, like, don't be friends with me. That's literally, I'm locked onto you. I want what's good for you. If this is not, then cut it off. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm happy about that, but obviously I'm not going to do anything that's going to hurt you. And if you feel like it's too much being friends with me, I will understand. And I was crying. I was trying not to because I didn't want to make her feel like bad about it. I think it was on Snapchat when you were talking about your friend, maybe.
Oh.
Like the first time I talked to you.
Yeah. Not surprising. First time you realized you were in love. Okay. So, the day that he told me he was locked on to me, I think was like the beginning of me like realizing that I was lying to myself, saying that I wasn't, that I didn't like you. Yeah, because I definitely had like feelings, thoughts, dreams.
And she was like, I don't even know why I'm having these dreams about Jake. Like, I don't even fucking like Jake. Like, that's so weird. Like, why would I have that dream? And then I
don't even feel that way towards him.
Yeah. I don't think there was a day or a moment that it clicked. I think it was just, like, gradual.
After we took that week apart.
Yeah. Because I realized that I hated not talking to you.
First time we called each other boyfriend and girlfriend. So let me tell y'all about how he asked me to be his girlfriend. So this was the day after our first date, and we're like cuddling in bed, and he turns to me and he goes, so can I tell people you're my girlfriend now? Care to explain yourself?
I have no excuse.
His excuse at the time, because we talked about it later. Do you remember what you said?
No.
He goes, I just wanted it to be casual in case you said no. First vacation.
Well, we were at Myrtle Beach, and she showed up. But yeah, we were at Myrtle Beach. That was our first vacation, and she spent a week with us.
That's it.
Alright. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe. Like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Bye, guys. Yep.